almost 12 o'clock in the afternoon and we are having our brunch now. We've got ourselves a crepe wrap. They put some crispy tofus and lettuce inside with some nice kind of a sauce. In our last vlog you would have seen that we took the night train and then reached Xi'an, and then we showed you that we had found a hotel. But soon after the hotel cancelled and then we had to struggle and then find another hotel, and the other hotel also cancelled. So we spent almost 4 hours and found the hotel we are in right now. And today our plan is to just step out and explore Xi'an. I also got my coffee.
No coffee for me, but I got a wrap too. These are really good. Like the lettuce is so crunchy.
Bye.
Shishi. We see so much of street food in Xi'an. It's so tempting, like every corner you look at, there's either a bread stall or something else. The original plan actually was to go to visit the Terracotta Army Museum, which is about an hour outside of town. But then we quickly realized that right now, because of peak traffic hour, it's going to take us at least 2 hours to get there, and the park is only open until 5. So we've decided to put that off until tomorrow, and today we're going to go explore more of the city.
We ate such a heavy breakfast, only thinking that we'll have to walk around a lot in the Terracotta Army Park. But anyways, now we get to explore the city. The most interesting thing is on this little TV screen they show which coach is empty and which coach is full of people. They've written there vacant, vacant, vacant. So all the cars are now vacant on the metro which is going to come now. It doesn't really look very vacant, but we get seats.
So we just got to the very center of Old Xi'an. This is actually the Mulim Quarter, and we're standing in front of the Grand Mosque of Xi'an.
To enter this mosque, there's an entry ticket of 25 yuan per person, and it's the first time I'm coming across a place of religion which is charging somebody to enter. So I think just Navneet is going to go in and take a walk around the mosque. And also I'm not dressed appropriately to enter a mosque, so I'm just going to go wander around, do some window shopping.
Alright, so we catch up in 20 minutes.
Bye bye. 一个人知道参加多少吧？收了，扫这个就可以了。你检票他还给你拍照。
OK， 谢谢。
我120嘛。
主体都还原哇，那挺轻的。
没啥。
The mosque is very beautiful, quite different from the mosques that I've typically seen in other parts of the world. It feels a lot more like an old Chinese temple, to be honest. This mosque is actually over 1300 years old. It was first set up in 742. That's a very long time ago. What I also learned is that most of the structure that I'm able to see here today, it's not necessarily the original mosque in itself. Over the course of the 1300 years, multiple dynasties got involved in renovating and making this bigger and bigger and better. The mosque was actually constructed during the Tang dynasty, which I guess is when Islam made its way into China for the first time, in this part at least. And what's interesting is that there are 5 different grounds within the larger complex, and each of them goes like one step higher as it leads all the way to the final mosque, which is the prayer hall. So in between there are a few gardens, a few towers, and a lot of stone monuments that have, interestingly, it has a few inscriptions of the Quran as well as dragons. So it's like a mix of the two different cultures moving in from the west and the east. What's also interesting is some of the archways here have the same blue tile roofing as what we've seen in mosques in not just the stans of Central Asia but also in Iran and further westward. So that typical turquoise blue tiling, which always stands out among the stone walls, is actually still here.
Just look at this street. There are so many shops, and every shop has something to stare at. Every shop is selling these beads bracelets. She is making noodles. Wow. First time in China I'm seeing pomegranate juice. There are all kinds of juices. Watermelon, pineapple, coconut, sugarcane. They have these bracelets with different kinds of beads. It looks kind of colorful. And surprisingly, they also have these beads which are used for meditation. In India, we call it Rudrakshi. Like this one. And these are some really funky dices. Look at this comb. It will be perfect for like curly hair. It's made of wood. It's kind of heavy. And these cute brushes. Also made of wood. And also I've been seeing this entire shop filled with clothes which are just made of white and blue. I'm not sure why it is like this, but I kind of like the theme. What I observed that is in China, each and every shop has something small, something cute, something colorful to stare at, and it's always so tempting to buy something. Like even for a tiny budget, like 5 yuan or 10 yuan, they have so many cute things to buy. It's so hard to resist. And while walking to the mosque, we passed through the same street, and I was so tempted to just stop at every store and stare at. So now I got a chance that Navneet got around 25 minutes to spend at the mosque, and I got the same time to do my shopping.
Yes, what
How
were you
was
up to?
it? Oh, I have done a lot of dealings in different shops. I think now we have to go and buy them all.
I just went inside the mosque. It's pretty cool. It looks like a Chinese temple more than a mosque. But it's also very big. You have to go in like 5 courtyards.
Yeah, we agreed on 20 minutes, and now it took almost 40 minutes. It should have been really big.
Yeah, it is. Anyways, now on to exploring the old town.
Getting some tea.
It's so cold and nice. It's super hot right now.
Should I get the big one or the small one?
Huh?
Should I get the big one or the small one? I like this one. Okay, we just got a ring for me, and it's made with some kind of a medicinal herb which is supposed to be good for the body. That's what the lady explained who was selling the ring. And it has a small lotus in front, which is blue and green in color.
It's turquoise blue. It looks like the tiles in the mosque.
But most of these shops have a small board which says you can't take pictures or videos.
Maybe if you buy from them, they'll let you take pictures.
Maybe. When you bite it, it feels like you're biting into a chewing gum, and then as you crunch, it feels like you're biting into a biscuit. It's very confusing, but kind of nice. Spongy.
1.4 billion people and China feels super crowded. It almost feels exactly like when we are at home in India but in one of the busy market areas. It's so crazy, there's just so many people and everybody's just wading through the big crowd like it's a big ocean, and then you just ride along the wave. You just go wherever the flow is going.
This kind of feels like those jatres, which they call, they have in front of temples in India. There'll be like big rows of stalls selling different kinds of things. This feels exactly like that, and it's in front of a mosque.
There's so much food here again. We should not have eaten those wraps in the morning. We should have come here better prepared with hunger.
And we should have not bought this tea, definitely. We should have done something here. We're just buying some snacks. These are crispy corn. You can just snack on while walking on the street. We're buying it for 10 yuan.
Just a random giant dragon breathing steam.
And this is a silver jewelry shop. Can you believe it?
We are finally fully set up on the phone to actually buy our train tickets online without having to go to the station. So we just booked our train tickets for the next journey, which is from Xi'an to Beijing. So Beijing is going to be most likely our final stop in China.
So I think we're going to slow down a bit, maybe around 6 to 7 days in Beijing. The main reason is we want to walk around the city, look at all the things we can shop for.
Yeah, we also have to visit the Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
So now that we are
in the last stretch of our journey, I think we can slow down a bit and then rest before heading to the next country.
we still have a lot of videos to catch up on, which typically we do on the one spare day that we get in every city. But this time, because we didn't really get any spare time, we have a whole pile up of videos to work on. So anyway, the plan now is to walk across to the... Oh, we can cross. Anyway, the plan now is to walk across to the ancient city wall of Xi'an. So we're just only about a kilometer away. So we're just gonna walk it, and then the zebra crossing also has some kind of funny sound. It keeps making that sound to let you know you can walk across.
The most funny thing in China is that on the zebra crossing, you'll see all these battery operated vehicles cross along with the pedestrians.
Yeah. And it's cool because I think the rule is similar to what we have in India. If it doesn't go over 25 kilometers per hour in speed, it counts like a bicycle. So it's almost like a human. You can move around without having to really worry about traffic rules.
We're finally at the Xi'an ancient city wall, one of the most preserved walls of China. And we were shocked while reading online that it is actually 14 kilometers long. It's like a big rectangle in the city center.
Apparently, this is even better preserved than the Great Wall of China. And we learned a story that goes that this wall was actually built almost 1300 years ago, the same time as the Mulim Quarter that we visited earlier in the day. This was built to house an entire city inside. So that is why it's actually 14 kilometers long. And each of these walls is almost 18 meters wide at the bottom and 12 meters wide at the top, which makes it really fat. And it seems like for every 100 meters or so, there are large battlements. Like basically it's like a little
Projection outside the wall.
fortified turret.
Yeah.
And each of those spots were vantage points where they would shoot down with arrows. So if an enemy tried to come up after crossing the really big moat that is actually in front of the fortress, they would be shot by an arrow from either side. There was absolutely no place they could run to. But today, all of this is a very nice park and a walkway. So you can actually walk without being shot by an arrow. By paying 50 yuan, people can go ride a bicycle up on top of that wall.
Or even walk around.
But this entire park is actually free to explore. And what's impressive is that this walkway leads to the most impressive gate of the ancient city, which is where we are heading now.
The sun's
Ni hao. Ni hao. It's almost sunset time now, and we've been walking around all afternoon exploring Old Town. What we realized is even this ancient area is home to so many shops inside what look like buildings from probably the 1800s or even before. All of these old buildings, like they're tucked away between these small shops, and they look actually very beautiful. And now because of the intense heat, Shish just got herself some cold watermelon.
Hold on.
Oh. This behind us is the Xi'an bell tower. It's the very central spot of the old city of Xi'an, and this one is actually a very large tower. It's about 130 feet tall, has multiple levels and a giant bell inside that they apparently used to use during the Qing dynasty to sound an alarm. And later during the anti-Japanese war, it was used for the same thing. But today it's not just a city center, but it's also like this cool hangout spot where everybody's just gathering. There's a lot of photography going on here. There's a lot of costume photo shoots happening.
And once it's dark, all the lights will come on this tower and will look special.
So the plan is that we'd stick around here, watch those lights come on before heading off to dinner and back to the room. When we came to Xi'an, we didn't really expect that it would be so big. We always thought that, because it's much more closer to the northwestern parts of the country, which are more empty, we always thought this would be a very quiet city. But it's clearly not the case. There's just so much going on here. And now, just because it's sunset time, we've got a time lapse set up overlooking the bell tower.
And the drum tower.
Yeah, the drum tower is the one there, far away, behind the sun. We just took another train out from the city center and came to this very interesting neighborhood. Actually, we got this suggestion from somebody we met yesterday, and this entire line, starting from just outside the metro station all the way for about a kilometer, is just food everywhere. And this is like the local specialties of Xi'an, and it's way off the tourist trail. So we heard that the prices are good, the variety is great, and it's not for the tourist tongue, but we should be able to find vegetarian food also here because quite a few people from the South Asian descent actually live in this area.
And so far we have not seen any tourists here, nobody selling souvenirs, only locals are here, and the surrounding buildings are all residential apartments. So this is like the place locals come to have street food, I guess.
And one thing we've quickly realized after seeing the price tags here is that it's a lot more reasonable than the tourist circuit back in the city center. This one, name.
菜盒
Chai Har.
菜盒
Chai Har. Okay.
So we have got chai khur. It's like a bread which is stuffed with spring onions and some noodles. We saw a lot of locals line up and get these, so we had to come and try it out for ourselves. It's super duper hot. I'm struggling to hold it firmly in my hand. This dish is like absolutely crazy. When I bite, it feels like I'm biting into a big piece of bread, and as soon as I start chewing, it feels like I'm munching on some noodles mixed with a lot of spring onions. The main taste of it comes from the spring onions, and it's also mixed with a little bit of coriander. So it's a very herby taste. So the one dish which is very famous in Xi'an is called the liang noodle. So we came here and we searched for it a lot, but we couldn't find it. But one of the locals recommended to try this kind of noodles here, so we're giving it a try now. This is wheat flour noodles, fried with some veggies.
And chili.
The noodles are so thin and soft. It feels so light when you chew it. And the flavoring is so mild, it's actually very enjoyable. It's not like spicy like the kunming level spice or even zinting level spice. I can feel the tanginess from the soya sauce and the vinegar which has just splashed on the fried noodles. And this doesn't feel as oily as the ones we had in the other cities. This is like really dry but very soft and nice. And it's wheat noodles. And the first time we're trying wheat noodles here.
Shish. So we just got some more snacks for the room.
Not snacks, help. Oh, when did you get that?
So I got some crispy bread.
That's basically the big naan bread which they coat with some spices and herbs and some oil maybe.
Yeah, it's really nice because one of them is peppery, the other one is chili. So they mixed both of these and gave me a pack for 10 yuan. This will last us a couple of days in the room because you can store it. It's almost like having chips and bread at the same time.
And we got this entire bunch of rambutans and 2 bananas.
That's about it for today. We'll head back into the room and call it a night. Tomorrow.
And tomorrow we have to wake up really early because we couldn't go to the terracotta army today because of waking up late.
We don't have to get up very early. We just have to make sure we are at least on the road by 9 o'clock so we can reach there quickly.
After a really long time, I got a Magnum extra dark ice cream. The one I love, and it's so good. And now I picked up a chocolate bar,
Yeah.
the local version.
I'm always fascinated with these local ice cream brands, like homegrown brands from the country. And this one was like written completely in Chinese and they had like a bunch of different flavors. But it's quite rare to find chocolate in these kind of situations, but I did. And it's really good. It's only 2 yuan. So it's like 22 rupees, 24 rupees. Pretty decent.
And this entire shop here is just for ice cream. He has like 12 or 14 freezers filled with ice cream.
Anyways, we'll see you in the next vlog.
Bye!
No, they don't have arrows now to shoot. It was just a joke.
Subscribe! Look what we got! We got a fan! A Chinese fan! We won't be sweaty anymore.
Guess what I've got?
What?
A Shish fan.